The following program contains adult language, poor taste in jokes, racial slurs, political slurs, slants, and all sorts of things that if you are sensitive and have a delicate constitution, you should probably go watch Teletubbies. You were warned.
Hey kids, welcome back to Roto Talk.
Kids, the time has come. Finally a decent day. We're going to take the screwball engine that we built on the video and in the Menace flat bottom cracker, take her down to the water and see, hopefully it'll work. Here we go. So as you can see, we have gorgeous water for a flat bottom cracker. It's going to be a little sticky because it is gorgeous water. We're going to have a lot of surface tension, but that's okay. Now we're going to test this motor. So, I put gas in it. Yes, my smart-ass friends, I did check my battery connections so we don't end up trashing another boat. That would be sad. So, portable toolkit. Everything should be fairly conducive. Okay. Alright, so last time this thing ran was in the yard with the hose on it for about 10 minutes just to set it a little bit. And that is it. Still got the dust on it. But this is the first decent day that we've had. I got my redneck rubbers on. And yeah, it's going to be good. So we're going to fire it up here. New engines, which this is pretty much new because it's all new parts and rebuilt, can be a little bit of a bear to get going and start it up. So we're just going to use the electric start on it. And we're going to let it warm up on land, get it good and warm, and chuck it in. And hopefully I don't flip, and hopefully it runs okay. We'll run a good half bag through it, get the engine set and nice and toasty and going, and then maybe we'll try to start dialing her in a little bit. Okay, so let's check. Okay, check our failsafe. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens with our new screwball engine. Gonna be interesting. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. If you plug these in, it really works well. Okay, let's try it again. Wow. That's weird. High idle. Woo. Oh. We have got that and there we go. I've got way too much kick up on that strut in the back, so hopefully my battery's charged in the superboat and we'll go get her. We're going to kick that strut down a little bit. Way too much angle. You guys out with me. You never know, something funny might happen. Maybe we'll fall out of the boat. It's my super old and ugly rowboat with my JJ Roto Geek boat stand and trolling motor. And the battery's still charged. Sweet. So this time of year, our water level drops quite a bit. So we don't have far to go. She's right there. And we're going to adjust that strut. But anyway, as I was saying, we have really low water this time of year. This time last spring, you couldn't even see the rocks. The water was all the way up to the top of that berm right there. So it was a little easier getting in and out, from the beach. But that's okay. So let's go ahead. We're going to change this strut angle because it's way too high. That boat was not going fast enough to justify that flip. Not even remotely. So all we do now, grab our boat, Put it right there. Got a little bit of water in there. So anyway, that's it. I'm gonna go back to shore, and I'm gonna change my strut angle quite a bit and give this another go. All right, let's try this again. Now, I have no hydro lock because I just checked it by pulling it by hand. We're good. Might be too much in there though. Let's try it now. Gotta burn the water out of her. Yeah, we got a lot of tuning to do on this hull. I mean, I like my crackers wild, but still too much. But again, this engine might have a lot more torque than the last one. All right, and this engine isn't even tuned yet. So, I'm going to change the angle again. And bring up that idle a touch. Be right back. Brought her down a little bit more. I do like my crackers dry. But anyway, we'll see what happens. I don't like them too wet, then it's no fun. Cooling's coming out really good. That engine's totally touchable. Not a big deal at all. I like the sound. It's very throaty. We're going to throw it in, see what it does. Then we're going to bring up, do a couple laps, and then we're going to bring up the high-speed needle. Let's see if we can pull start him.
Yes!
Here we go. That's better. Oh, damn it. Kids, this might be a little too much animal for this hull. So this thing's drinking the gas. I filled this tank up before we started, and I have hardly run, and it's like half out. So that tells me we're running super, super rich. Here's a tip. After you get all the water out, most of the water out of your engine, you think you've got it out, take out your plug, spin start it or pull it, hold it upside down and pull it. Make sure you get water out of the drain or the tailpipe. Spin it a little bit more. See that? A lot of water. So what we're gonna do, best thing to do, hold it upside down. This is where pull starts are handy. Rock it back and forth. All right, then I usually give it another spin anyway. That thing absorbed a lot of water. You can script an engine pretty bad. Then put your plug halfway in, not even, maybe a third, just so it relieves some of that pressure because there's still water in there. See? Hydrolock. Man, this thing had a lot of water in it. Dry off your plug. A lot of water, damn. Makes you wonder where it all comes from. Try it again. That's probably still not enough. Have to hold her and shake her some more. Okay, after you get her warm, now we're going to tighten that plug back up. And we're going to tune this guy. We're going to bring it up a little hotter on the high speed. See if she starts by hand. better? Oh, it's not even half throttle. We need to adjust some trim tabs now. I'm not even tuned in, and the thing's wanting a lot of torque. Woo! Wild, 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 wild. She ain't even tuned in. That's pretty good. Running real wet in the back, kind of a strange setup. So what we're gonna do, I think we're gonna take this out and put it in the cat. There's really no point in tuning it any further in this. Not going full speed yet. About half speed, half throttle. And there you go. Be right back. Kiddos, wasn't much of a run. Sorry, it wasn't more exciting. But let me grab my vape here. I didn't really feel like dialing in this hull today. I needed to adjust this trim angle down a little bit more and probably advance my trim tabs a bit. But other than that, we didn't even get the engine going full speed. Tons of torque. Sounds really good, and it had a lot more top end to go. I was running half throttle during most of it. I adjusted the high speed needle just to make my throttle response smoother, but I never even gave it full throttle, so and she just kept flipping. But that's my fault. You could see how bad it was riding in the back, maybe in the video, maybe you couldn't. There's tons of water coming off the back, so I need to lower these trim tabs for that. But I think what we're going to do, we're going to take that motor out of there, put it in this kitty cat, the Bobcat, which I still haven't run since the maiden, and put the 30 stocker in here and just, you know, this boat's supposed to have a 26. This is not a 26. I don't even know what this is, but this is our crazy screwball, and I like it, but I need to get it in a little bit more of a performing boat that's not quite as, doesn't have the sails underneath. But got all the water out, and then I ran it down there. I mean, that was a bad flip. That was full of water again. I ran it down there quite a bit, just on the trailer, get all the water out of the engine. But I'm still going to, if you're planning on running your engine again, like tomorrow or later today or even 3 days from now, squirt some WD-40 in there, pull it around. A lot of boat guys be like, "Oh, don't use WD-40. That bullshit." It's fine. Not for long-term storage necessarily, but for making sure WD-40, making sure that you get the water out of the engine and you're protecting those bearings in there. You don't want little rust dust in those bearings, and then everything starts grinding and groaning. So I plan on running this engine probably tomorrow again in the kitty cat. And but even though I ran it dry, and literally ran it dry, I closed my clamp right here and ran it for 3 or 4 minutes because no water cooling, so I didn't want it to blow. Then I killed it by running it out of gas. Now I'm going to slap a little WD-40 in there because we're going to gut this tomorrow, put it in the kitty. I think that's probably the best bet to kind of show off a little bit of speed. But we'll see what it can do. So until the next time, kids. Ooh, broke that. Ha. That's some high-speed flips, do. That's okay. Easy fix. Until next time, kids. Keep dry side up. Bye.
Gangnam Style. Gangnam